you think the Daytona incident was the ultimate nail in the coffin? How much will IMSA miss this team's presence on the grid? And do you expect an improvement in IndyCar?
Yeah, reflecting on what happened at Daytona, we talked about here in the air months ago that it would be really hard for them to recover from this. We saw how mad Acura was publicly about this, saying, that they agreed with the penalty and thought it was completely justified. And if you read the Sports Car 365 article from Wayne Taylor entering the 12 hours of Sebring, Wayne Taylor was pretty mad as well, saying like he didn't really trust him anymore as a manufacturer teammate. And with the way everything turned out at Daytona, it really seemed like that Meyer Shank Racing and Acura, they wouldn't be able to continue in IMSA, and here they are. They won't be together next year. It seems like Acura is going to be throwing all their weight behind the two Wayne Taylor Racing Acuras that are going to be racing in 2024, have two strong cars coming up, and it seems like an active Formula One driver is going to be in one of those seats. So really exciting times for Wayne Taylor Racing with Andretti Autosport and the Acura team there. But yeah, Meyer Shank Racing has been around in the IMSA competition for a very long time, from the Grand Am Rolex Sports Car Series days and into the merger when Grand Am and the American Le Mans Series merged, and we saw the Shank team continue on. And you mentioned, Josh, they went from a privateer organization mixing up with all the big dogs, and Michael Shank has really grown his organization significantly over time into becoming a factory-backed operation tied with a manufacturer. In the handful of years they were together with Acura, we saw a lot of success with them. It's unfortunate that this relationship in sports car racing is coming to an end, but at least they still have their IndyCar program to focus on while they'll be missing IMSA. This is more so a goodbye for now. We'll see you later. So I'm sure we'll see Meyer Shank Racing competing in IMSA somewhere, some form in 2025 or beyond. And I think that this is a really good opportunity to bring over the sports car people onto the IndyCar program, to the struggling IndyCar program, and try to make sure that this program can get much better in 2024 for Felix Rosenquist and Tom Blomqvist, and then Elio Castroneves ultimately keeping that drive for 5 alive in the Indy 500 only program next year. The only thing that really stinks about this whole situation is for Colin Braun, who's going to be looking for a ride in 2024. Finally got an opportunity to get a factory back seat in top level prototype racing, and now it doesn't seem like that there may not be a place for him right now.
That's a great point about Colin Braun. I haven't thought about that. He's been one of those guys that's been teetering on the edge of getting a factory drive in IMSA for forever, it seems like. Finally gets one, and then he gets the rug pulled under him when the team pulls out after just one season. It is a shame. You think back, a couple of years ago when Helio did win at Indianapolis, and Meyer Shank were flying in IndyCar at that point, obviously, with that win, and their IMSA program was going well, but both have kind of dipped, although they did win on track, as you mentioned, at Daytona. So they're going to be running that third car for Helio at the 500 next year. 2 rookies in the team in IndyCar next year, as we've talked about, with Tom Blomqvist and Linus Lundqvist coming in. So I agree with you, Kobe. I don't think this is a permanent goodbye for the team. I think this is going to be a little we'll be back in a couple of years' time kind of deal from Shank. He's been involved in some way, shape or form in ALMS and in IMSA for many, many years. So hopefully they can get some sort of program back together maybe in a couple of years' time once they've got their IndyCar program going well again, and they can be back. Just quickly, because we don't get to do this often on the show, you may keep seeing me glance over. We've got actual live motorsport going on at the moment, keeping an eye on what's happening at Bathurst. We're halfway through the Porsche's practice at the mountain, and former British Carrera Cup champion Harry King, after a trip to the gravel, is top of the board with halfway through the session in a one-off drive at the mountain. So good to see a Brit flag at the top of the timing page at Mount Panorama.
Yeah, really. Okay, yeah, really exciting to see all the action this weekend at Bathurst, the great race of Australia. Always look forward to this race each year, and I'll be interested to see which 2 drivers going to end up at the top of the mountain when the checker flag falls at the end of 1,000 kilometers. And also, Matt, want to make a quick correction. It's Felix Rosenquist is going to be with Tom Blomqvist. Lundqvist is going to be at Chip Ganassi Racing, and also too many Lundqvist, Rosenquist, Blomqvist.
I give up. They were all in Formula E at one point as well. I mean, I just ended up saying it was the Quists. It was just easier. Yeah, Barn Panorama is going to be so much fun as well. But it's always comes the worst time for me and Matt because it's always in a lull week for all the other night races that go on. So you think you get a break, and then you don't get a break because you've got Bathurst. But at least you can. Yeah.
It's quite surprising that for a change, it's not on the same weekend as the Japanese Grand Prix because they've always dovetailed together recently. And quickly, while we're just talking about supercars, and we've talked about the NASCAR schedule, we've not got the supercars calendar yet. But I would imagine that Bathurst is going to be on the same weekend as the Roval again, as it is this weekend. So I would expect that Shane Van Gisbergen will be in Charlotte next October and not in Bathurst, New South Wales. But we'll wait and see what happens with that one.